T-Rex, thank you all for coming. Like collaboration in the community, if not, I didn't
We have one more, but this is like...
Okay, this is great. I think this would be a first start for all of us to get together and start collaborating with each other on important issues and getting that feedback from our residents. So a little bit about myself. My name is Rex. I'm retired Air Force Intelligence. I then retired to help people with nonprofits in Florida, and I've relocated here in Austin to plant my roots here. I feel like a lot of my talents and my skill set is with people. I'm in school at UT, get my master's in executive coaching. So I'd like to use a lot of that, a lot of those skills to help you as residents to listen to the problems, get your feedback, and try and help us become stronger and better as a community. Thank you.
Let's go first. So Blake Brown, live 304. I'm a firefighter. This is my day job. Actually was uniquely at work. I work for Pflugerville, but we actually share a radio system with Austin, so I got to hear the whole fire before. Which is funny when my wife calls, goes, "It's a fire alarm." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." But my background, I grew up in multifamily interior construction, so I've been around this. I do feel bad for the superintendents a lot of times. Like, it's hard, I get it, but we also have to live in it. Just my biggest thing, whoever gets in, is just protecting us as residents from, we already kind of demonstrated that there were some things missed, just the main big engineering things like our roof, the giant swimming pool on the 4th floor, stuff like that, just making sure we have that all handled before we're outside our warranty with the company, but that's it.
I'll go next. My name is Aaron Gill. I live in 502, right there. My background is I'm a computer engineer. Came to Austin, worked at IBM, Qualcomm, now at AMD. Very meticulous personality, so thank you, and I'm sorry at the same time, because that's my wife tells me that I'm too meticulous. But anyway, so I served on a board at my previous residence in which was not necessarily a mid-rise condo like this building, but was still a shared wall, like 4-building condominium. And so I'm fairly, I was president for 4 years and treasurer for 3 years on that. For the most part, right, I'm just bringing my experience from those situations. Hopefully, right, the main thing that I've seen in communities from the HOA, the biggest problem is always just communicating with one another, and communicating between the board and the management company, and communicating, and just overall understanding, what our place is as homeowners, right? Even though we get on the board, we're still owners, and the idea is that us as board members is not to take our own ideas and our own thoughts and say, this is how it should be, this is how it should go, right? The idea is that to take the community's responses and coalesce those and understand what the community needs, work with the management company at the same time, because we will be the ones at the first line of defense to have management's here, right, first. And then we can work something out from solutions, because the management company, again, we have to understand, management company, they have all of the knowledge and all of the experience from managing a property such as ours and managing all properties. And from what I hear, First Service is pretty good. From a board perspective, right, we're just the in-between for that, to make sure that all of the homeowners here can be heard as well as ourselves, and that we can dictate that to the management company to come up with solutions. So let me stop talking there. I do have, one thing that drives me to get on the board, as well as I love the diversity here of this community. I do have a 10-year-old daughter, and I have a 23-year-old daughter. Don't ask me, it was not a mistake. And I have that diversity in my family, and I love the diversity here from the different walks of life, from retired people to young people to people just getting started. Love that aspect, and from a board, I look forward to working to bring all of those things together to make us a really, really nice and cohesive community. So thank you.
Thank you. Hi guys, this is Rob Aramilli. I just flew from India yesterday, so thanks, Chandler, for moving it out to Wednesday. I'm still recovering from jet lag, and I had a slight fever yesterday, so it's still a little far away from me. But anyway, sorry about that. But anyway, a bit like Aaron, I'm a guy in tech for a long time. Started with IBM way back in the 80s. I was in Austin way back when Austin was a very small city. You know, it's the state capital, of course, big UT, but you know, it was not that prominent in the early 80s actually. And just being lucky, all the things happen in Austin and so many different verticals has been just amazing. We're just still going through it. You see the Austin's growth. I mean, I look at almost every year back then when Dell started this company in the late 80s and all those days. And why I bring that backdrop up is the fact that I've been very lucky with my career. Crushed at IBM, IBM Fellow, CP for Servers, 500 some patents. I got a lot of startups going on. I'm really unemployed now. I'm retired, but I have a lot of startups going on in parallel. And what I like about this property, I'm an investor in many developments in Pearlstone, probably about 7 of them. This is 1 of 7, right? 2 more in the pipeline coming, but this is the first one where we decided to actually, my wife and I, buy units, not just be an investor in the property and make some money on it. And so we have this one, we have Vesper, we have Zephyr, we have Belvedere, the pipeline of the Pearlstone stuff. But what I like about this one specifically is that it's a very unique property in its location, its value. It's still very young, if you really think about it, right? The location's insane. And I think it's got so many attributes that it's gonna just, in the years to come, with the right kind of culture, not just in Parkside, but the community around this whole area in Mueller, it could be stellar, right? It could be like a Soho in New York. It could be over time, right? Again, whether I'm aboard or not, that's a tier 2 item. I just want to make sure this thing gets the best recognition, best value, gets the community all together, not just Parkside, but like I said, all around this whole area. And I think it's a very unique property. We got 1 unit, 430, and we also have 431 as my son, so we have that one as well. But I do think it's a very unique asset. And so anyway, I can go on and on as to all the fun things I love doing, but you guys, I think you guys are in a great location. You guys are gonna do well. And just, I want all you guys to help all of us create more value to this baby. I mean, it's got so, I don't want to look like a high school. I want to look like a professional, world-class New York Center over time, right? If that makes sense, right? So anyway, that's all I have to say.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Keith Bershon. I'm in Unit 617. My background, I've lived in Austin for 9 years. I lived across the street in Mosaic for 9 years. Neighbor of Jeff for a long time. Great guy, good friend of mine. And yeah, just seeing this opportunity, really seeing an opportunity to build up this community from the ground up. And with my background, I have over 20 years experience financial planning and analysis, CPA in Illinois, and right now I'm working at Del Med, embedded in the IT department, reviewing long-range plans to put in the technology for the hospital. So just being the numbers guy and being able to take the data and distill it and make sure I can tell a story to make the information actionable to my audience. So that's my goal, is just taking all these weird numbers we're gonna get and what makes sense to us and what will make this community a great place to live. And I just want to say we have a great group of candidates out here, and thanks everybody for attending. It's great to see everybody having this interest and passion to be part of this community, so let's keep it up.
Everybody, Greg Anderson. Do you notice that everyone here is a man?
Yeah.
So,
I noticed.
you wouldn't have noticed. So Barb put in her questionnaire, and then, if you don't mind that I share a little bit. Her mom went into hospice, so she withdrew, but now she's thinking she has the time. Would anyone object to Barb's consideration and her joining us here? Come on here. So, Greg Anderson, I've been in Austin since '97. I think I've only lived in condos. I've lived in 360. I was the project manager for the developer many moons ago. the shore, and then I just left the Independent, where we just settled with the builder for the largest settlement in downtown history, because we have to replace a ton of stuff. And that was very interesting, and it was very cool to see kind of the way that the board handled it. I was not on the board, but I was there in every meeting. It was a lot of conversations, and so the board, they went out and they hired an amazing engineer to come and understand the building before we transitioned away from the developer to the board. And, they fixed a lot of stuff. They're replacing the pool as we speak. There's a lot of chiseling going on right now. And so I love this building. I love it a lot. I see a lot of friends in the room, and honestly, you have a lot of great folks up here, so I think we're going to be in good hands no matter what we do. But I teach at UT, I have a couple courses, and I'm at Habitat for Humanity, my daytime job. And I just think this is an amazing building. I have concerns though. I've talked to a lot of y'all about ways that this building can be improved. I see some head nods. And still to this day, I can kind of go try every door around the building, and I can usually get in over half the time, any time of day. That's a problem, right? And so there's things that we can improve upon, right? The builder's, I think, working on some of these things, but eventually we're gonna have to kind of help motivate the board to get behind the builder and kind of get things really done. So just excited where we can take this, and now I'm gonna pass it off to these guys.
My name's Barbara. We live right over here in the corner where all the plants are. My husband does the plants. I don't have a green thumb, but he does very well with them. We bought this property back in December of 2021, and we were super excited about it. We picked our place. We sold our house that we lived in for 30 years. And we looked forward to the day that we moved in here. We got a small apartment. For 2 years we lived there. We kept waiting for our time. So we're finally here. And my background is I've been on boards before for my kids' schools, for their sports teams. I work as a medical sales rep. I have a physical therapy degree. Yes, I can help with your back pain. Anyway, my goal to get on this board is to make this, when we bought this place, is to help everybody that you've heard, to make this place as great as we all want it to be, and we all dreamed about it being. So that's my goal as far as being on this board. And that's right, I did put my questionnaire in. I did recently have to put my mother, who's 91, God bless her, in hospice care, but she's doing really well, and it's not as scary as I thought it was gonna be. So I'm up for this position, and I hope that I can be on it and help make this place great, or be a part of it all.
Everyone wants to leave already, this is awful. I'm Jeff. I've lived in the US for 20 years in February. I'm not from here, you might notice. I'm not Australian, I'm English. Originally, I'm a dual citizen. I've lived in Mueller since I moved to Austin. I lived at Sink. I've been here for 9 years. I love this neighborhood. I was in the sales office for this place the day it opened. I might have been one of the first people to put the deposit down. I've been waiting to move in here for years. A lot of life has happened since then. I'm deeply invested in diversity and making sure that everyone's represented. I do that at work, I have training in that. I've been on boards of several non-profits as president, vice president, secretary, and I feel that I can contribute a lot to this. I can tell you lots more about me, but I don't think it will change your minds very much. So it's nice to see you all. Whoever you vote for, I think you'll make some good choices, so thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. I guess that's everyone. Please feel free to mix, mingle, bring food, and again, thank you for attending.